Hello, and welcome. In this video, I'm going to share with you the results Price Action Pivoter V5Ai had trading in live sim for both ES and NQ. In fact, it is a continuation video from yesterday's video, so if you haven't watched that, please watch that one as well. But before we begin, something to uplift the soul.
Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Son, let's go.
All right, indeed, let's go. All right, so I am ready to share with you exactly what has happened today. So in fact, let's jump right in. People want to see the results. Let's give them what they want. All right. So here is ES for today. Let's pop up the data box so that we can confirm. It is January 28, 25. So the first trade of the day was a good one today. Unlike yesterday's trade, today's was actually, the first trade was a good one. Yesterday's, the first trade was not a good one. And so here's the first one right there. That hit the profit target. The profit target that I have set up is $1,200. And I'll share with you guys the actual parameters that I've used for the strategy setup as well. The second trade, the stop moved to book the profit. And there it is right there. So 1,200 and what is that? About 6 handles. So it is 6 handles. At $50, it is $300. So that's $1,500 right there. The third trade was also a winner. Again, the stop moved to heartbreak over here, and then it went all the way higher. It would have gone all the way higher, but it booked the profit there at, what is that, 5 3/4 points, so almost $300 there. This trade was definitely not a winner. That one lost. And the final trade of the day was this one, where it also booked the profit and it kept it from giving most of it back for that trade. And so there is a discussion, before I show you guys the actual performance results and we cover the trades again, there is a question that comes up about how tight the stop should be, okay? For example, if this stop wasn't 50% away, but it was like 75% away from the peak high, well, this stop would not have been triggered, okay? So it would have potentially gone higher. But if you make that argument and you believe in that argument, what do you say when this happens? Okay, so this booked it at 50% away from the peak high. Well, guess what? If you had put it at 75%, it'd be somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. Okay? So it's a give and take. You have to make that decision. I've left it at 50, but you can essentially trade the way that you're going to feel comfortable trading it. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual performance, and then we'll look at the actual parameters of the strategy. So this is for 2 days. As I mentioned at the onset of this video, it is a continuation of yesterday's trades. Yesterday only had 2 trades for ES. The first trade was a loser. The second trade was a winner. It was technically up for the day. It was 137, but there was really not much to talk about. It was really 2 trades. There's nothing much to add. So now we can talk about a little bit more because there were 5 trades, which is still not that much. It's easier to make videos with NQ because NQ is a volatile beast and there are a lot of trades that happen and we can have discussions with those trades. But for today, it had 5 trades. Not bad as far as the number of trades that it took. $1,700 net profit, and the max drawdown is $500. And so yesterday's max drawdown was also $500. It was up 137. Only 2 trades for the spoos, and today it was 5 trades. So the summary includes yesterday and today 1837. Let's break down. In fact, let me show you the summary in case anybody is looking at the other metrics here. They're all important. Some are more important than others, like for example, max drawdown is very important. And then, so let's take it, actually I wanted to show you the trades so you can see those as well. So those are the entry time, exit time, expand please, okay, and then those are the, let's also take a look at the max favorable excursion, okay, 500. If it would have booked some of that, it would have been good, but since the hard stop is at 800 and the signal wasn't there to cover that 400 that I have for the secondary stop, it essentially did not fire off. So it was initially in the right direction, but ultimately the stop went off. But the second one made up for it, so it was up about 137 bucks yesterday, $500 drawdown. But today was a lot better. So those are the trades for today, okay? So what I wanted to show you guys is something else. Also in this video, every one of these videos, I'm going to try to share something else that I think is going to be helpful to my clients. So I hope you guys watch these videos and share them with others. That would be good to be helpful for others as well. According to the metrics, most people are not watching the video in its entirety. I'm shocked by this. I'm not really shocked by it, but I would wish that people would watch the entirety of the video, only because I have nuggets laid out throughout the video. I do it for a reason, because I want people to like watch the entire video, but my strategy is failing, guys. I don't know what to do. So if anybody has any comments as to how I can make it so that people watch the entirety of the video. Anyway, so here's 5 days I had set up Monday through Friday. This was set up yesterday, and I had essentially called for 5 days of data on the chart. So it had 5 days of data to train itself on the LSTM model. What is LSTM? Long short-term memory. It is a recurrent neural network. It is real machine learning using Python libraries that have been customized obviously by me. It's proprietary, and it is doing real actual machine learning in real time, writing signals in real time that the V5Ai, the Price Action Pivoter V5Ai, is reading and executing on those signals. So I had a $1,250 desired profit. Again, that number, desired profit, is a very important number. It's not your profit target. Your profit target is down here at $1,200. Okay, my profit target. Desired profit is something you're training the model on. So desired profit, risk per trade, along with approximately 60 variables in total, data variables in total, are being analyzed by the LSTM model to make a prediction as to, here's the question, the crux of the matter is this. In the next 120 minutes, can I hit my desired profit of $1,250 sooner than I can hit my risk per trade, which is $500? That's my stop. And do so with more than an 80% probability. Based on that, it tells you it essentially prints the signals to the Python terminal, which are immediately written to the TXT file. So it's important to keep that TXT file closed. Don't touch it when it is running live, because then it won't be able to write to the TXT file. It's writing those signals in real time, and it is taking advantage of it in the model itself, the V5Ai. The strategy is called Higher Edge AI strategy, and I've called it that because I think it's apt, and it will essentially take action on that. So this is what I've set it at. I have it at $500 net session profit limit. Now that's another question. This is what I wanted to share with you guys. So $5,000 net session profit limit. That means that the system will stop looking for further trades when it hits $5,000. Okay? And it calculates that upon exit of the trade. Now, do you expect to make $5,000 every day? This is trading one contract, by the way. So do you expect to make $5,000 in one day? If that's not your expectation, then you shouldn't have it at $5,000, because you don't think you're going to get the $5,000. If it is your expectation, then you could keep it at $5,000. Why do I bring this up? Because if I had it at $1,500, as far as instead of $5,000, if I had it at $1,500, what would happen here? That's $1,200. This is $300, right? It nailed it like on the penny. It was $300, okay? So because it's 6 handles from here to here. When it went short, it went long. It was $1,200. So that's $1,500. At $1,500, if I had put $1,500 as opposed to $5,000 for net session profit limit, it would stop looking for further trades. So we would not experience the rest of these trades, including this one that didn't win. Okay? So you wouldn't have these trades. So did it do better by leaving it on? Yes. You would have hit at $1,500 and stopped. It ended up at $1,800, right? Or $1,700. Let me check again. I think $1,700. So yeah, $1,700. So you would have made it. So you made another $200. Okay, in this example, in this hypothetical example. But you may not, have that desire. You may say, look, if I made $1,000 today per contract, then I'd be done. Now that net session profit limit number, same with the net session loss limit, is a total number. It's a cumulative number. So it's not calculating it off of the number of contracts that you have. If you were to increase the number of contracts from 1 to, let's say, 10 contracts, then you would have to, if you want to keep all the numbers the same, you would have to multiply the net session profit limit and the net session loss limit by 10 if you wanted to keep everything the same. Everything else in the system is automatically adjusted by the number of contracts. But that one isn't. Why? Because that's saying, here are your goals, okay? What's my goal for today? Is it 5,000? Is it 2,000? Is it 10,000? Is it 50,000? What's my goal for today? So whatever your goal is, it's going to follow that goal. So your money management is pretty important here. Remember, those two numbers are not calculated off of the number of contracts. They're calculated off of your desire. Okay, so your desired profit and your desired loss limits. So per session. Okay, so now let's jump to NQ. So NQ is, as I've said in almost every video that I have when I discuss NQ, it is a volatile beast, and it never fails in that regard. So let's go ahead and show you what it did. So right off the bat, the first trade was not a winner. And then the second trade was a winner. The third trade was a winner. The fourth trade was not a winner. The fifth trade was a winner. The sixth trade was a winner. We have 15 trades for just today, guys. The next one is not a winner. That one's a winner. That one's a winner. That one's a winner. That one's a heartbreak. Ugh. This one's kind of a heartbreak, but no. This one's a nice, it hit the profit target. That's a winner. That is not a winner. And that's a heartbreak too. All right, so let's go ahead and see how it did for NQ. Now the summary is going to show you 2 days, okay? Because I've left the same exact strategy, the same exact parameters where I'd loaded 5 days of data yesterday and enabled the strategy. And it's been running all of yesterday. It had all the trades that I demonstrated in the video yesterday. So please watch that video so you can see those trades and you'll be able to verify it with these trades that I'm going to show you now. So this includes yesterday's trades and today's trades. So today it wasn't up 2,100. It was up 1,010. Yesterday it was up 1,130. So it had 15 trades today, guys, for NQ. Especially if it's got volatility, it'll just keep going. All right, so that one was the max drawdown was 1,000. The net profit was 1,010, and that was 1,130 for yesterday, and the max drawdown was 785. All right, these last two trades, these last two were pretty hurtful. So that was $500 loss, $500 loss right there, especially this one. Okay, so now I wanted to show you the trades so you guys can compare yesterday's video to today's video. So here is the trades. All right, you should be able, if you look at the video from yesterday, you should be able to see these same exact trades because, again, I haven't changed anything, meaning that the strategy has been running live since 2 days ago. Okay, so I haven't touched it. Now, do I recommend doing that, letting it just run like that without rebooting every day? It all depends on your machine setup, so on your specs, on your hardware specs. Okay, so if you have a VPS that doesn't have enough memory, or you have a computer that doesn't have enough memory, a laptop that doesn't have enough memory, a server, your own server. I have clients in all walks of that. Like, so I have clients that have servers, VPSs, desktops, laptops. You have to have enough memory. If you're going to pull off something like that where you're just going to let it run for days on end, then you need to ensure, number one, you have a very solid internet connection. You need to ensure that you have the right specs on your machine. Memory is going to play a very important role. Of course, GPU is very important also, followed by CPU, but memory definitely is going to play a very important role in this system. In order for me to make it real-time machine learning, data is cached, and it's cached onto the memory of your machine. So if your memory isn't up to par, signals get missed. So make sure that your memory is definitely up to par. Now, I do have spec recommendations on my website. So if you go to pinnaclequant.com, you get to the order page, you'll see the specs on the bottom. Essentially, I'll say it here. For NinjaTrader, NinjaTrader recommends that you have a minimum of 2 gigs of memory, but they require that, actually. They recommend 8. I'm recommending 8 per instrument you want to trade with the higher edge AI model, and that's the model, the LSTM model, which is a recurrent neural network machine learning model. I've named it Higher Edge AI because I believe it's, again, an apt name. You want to have 8 gigs per instrument that you want to trade concurrently. So if you wanted to trade ES and NQ, you want to have 24 gigs of memory at the absolute minimum least. Okay, so more would be better, but that's the absolute minimum you can hopefully get away with, assuming you have nothing else open on your computer. So if you have, Microsoft Word, Excel, you have some other indicators from other vendors running on your machine, you have your own strategies or indicators running on your machine. All of those are eating up your resources. So 24 may not be enough for you. Okay, so I have 32 gigabytes of memory on this particular machine, and my CPU is a very weak previous generation CPU, and it still works. So to those of you who have newer computers, who have newer GPUs, newer CPUs, plenty of memory, then you're fine, because this is a relatively old machine. I bought this in 2021, and let me just show you the specs. Why not? So this is what I'm running on. So the CPU is the i7-9700. That's considered previous generation now. I have 32 gigabytes of memory. My GPU is integrated. This is considered very weak, and still this system runs. So if you have a powerful GPU or a decent GPU, not something like this, something better than this, or if you have enough memory, at least, like I said, if you're gonna just trade ES or just NQ, 16 gigs is enough, assuming you don't have anything else running on that machine. So if your Norton's gonna act up, or it's just gonna keep eating up resources, or something's going on with your machine where your resources are being used, you want to make sure that you have more memory. Okay, it's better to have more than less. That's kind of obvious. So that's what I'm using right now. All right, I hope that explains that. So these are the trades from yesterday. You can compare it to yesterday's video. Again, I haven't touched it since yesterday. This thing has been running nonstop. Okay, and I've set it to run 6:30 to 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, LA time. It was looking for a desired profit of $12.50. It's looking for a profit target of $1,200. It's got a $500 risk per trade. For the setup on this one, it is a little bit different on the trailing peak than I do have for the ES, for the SPOOs. And the reason for it is because, as I keep saying over and over again to drive that point home, NQ is incredibly volatile. Okay, so I don't want to give back anything because it can happen like that on NQ. Okay. So I have the long unrealized minimum, that's the hard money at $600, or the unrealized minimum peak hard money of $400 plus the AI signal has to be there in time. Okay, and then my trailing percentage is 25%. Okay, that was for the long. For the short, I have it at 800 for the unrealized peak profit, and I have it at 400 for the AI signal one, the hard money place AI signal, still at 25%. I also wanted to show you that it is running 6:30 to 12:30 my time, Pacific Standard Time. It's looking for long and short trades. It's not looking for anything else beyond that. You have a second time slot there that you can use. You can do it overnight. You can do it, the morning of, whatever it is that you want it to do. If you want it to start at midnight or 12:01 a.m. or whatever it is that you want it to do. But I'm running it at RTH, regular trading hours. Margin requirements are less during that time. You have more professionals that are trading during RTH. You have generally more retail during non-RTH hours. So essentially it's running Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 12:30. In fact, let me show you that, in fact, this is running live. So this is live right now. So my time is 8:31, and I can show you that this is running live right now. You see it? So this is the PEP AI by PQ LLC directory. Will automatically be made for you in your documents folder once you download the software following the instructions. Basically, those are the two files, ES and NQ. This is input, that is essentially collecting the data, that the 60 pieces of approximately 60 pieces of data variables that the higher Edge AI LSTM machine learning model is being trained on. Okay, so this is input for that model, and the output is going to be the TXT file. So the TXT file will be right here. So if you go down to the same directory, there's going to be AI signal subdirectory. So in the AI signal subdirectory, you're going to see the two TXT files that it's being written to. That is, in a nutshell, what I have to share in this video. So again, let's just quickly go over that. So that was the summary over the last 2 days, and this is a breakdown over the last 2 days, 15 trades, and that's for today. And then this is a breakdown of all of the trades that it had. Okay? All right, guys, until next time, take care of yourselves, and God bless.